What are you looking at? You filthy children! Look at yourselves, why don't you? It is unto yourselves you should be looking!
So ever since my review of the Dexter's Laboratory series, there's a still image I used as an example of one of the cartoons. I noticed in the comments section there were quite a few people who were asking what the name of that cartoon was, either out of sheer curiosity or because they remember seeing it years ago but can't remember the name of it. Well, rather than simply tell you, I thought I'd actually do a short review on it, as it's pretty
I know that humanity is foul and evil, but it doesn't bother me. Really.
interesting. Tales of Worm Paranoia was one of the many experimental shorts that was produced for the Cartoon series on Cartoon Network. And yeah, this was certainly one of their more experimental ones. The short released in 1997 and was written and directed by Eddie Fitzgerald, who had worked on many cartoon shows in the past as a storyboard artist. Shows that you probably recognise such as Freakazoid, Tiny Toons and The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Pingers!
The short 7.5-minute episode has us following a peace-loving worm named Johnny, who one day gets stepped on by a clumsy human. Though looking at this freeze frame right here, I'm really not quite sure what this person is meant to be. After getting trampled in a pretty brutal way, Johnny becomes enraged and plans on getting revenge on the human by throwing a cup of liquid vitriol over him. Liquid vitriol, by the way, is basically sulfuric acid. Yeah, acid attack, kids! Johnny's girlfriend tries to stop him, which causes Johnny to fly into a fit of madness.
Don't touch me! Can't you see my soul is on fire?
Leading him to dropping the acid on himself.
My face!
Feeling remorseful for his toxic state of mind, Johnny decides to set things right by going to apologise to the human. And after giving a pretty heartfelt speech, the clumsy human slams the door into his face, causing Johnny to once again have a mental breakdown. The end. No, I'm serious. That's the plot, and that's how the short ends. Johnny is a peace-loving worm, gets trampled, becomes enraged, drops acid on his own face, gets dicked on when he tries to apologise, and has a mental breakdown. You know, a kid's cartoon. Then on the end credits, we once again get that creepy stare of Johnny looking at us, coupled along with fart sounds of course. Oh, and a burp. So what are my thoughts on this short? Well, it's weird and incredibly dark, so I love it. Of course I was going to love it. Not to mention that it's just downright hilarious.
Want another blanket, Johnny?
This was clearly Cartoon Network's attempt to cash in on the Ren and Stimpy popularity that had taken off over at Nickelodeon. The gross out humour, the wacky animation, it all very much reminds you of Ren and Stimpy. Heck, I even noticed the classical musical scores have also been used in Ren and Stimpy before.
Wow!
So, nipples, huh? No, sir, I don't think I have any use for rubber nipples.
But I don't think it's fair to say that this cartoon is a Ren and Stimpy rip-off. If anything, I'd say that like Ren and Stimpy, it's more paying tribute to the classical Warner Brother cartoons that were coming out in the 1940s. Especially paying tribute to one of the cartoon directors, Bob Clampett. There were numerous directors who worked on the Looney Tunes shorts, but Bob Clampett, I would argue, was probably the looniest of the Looney Tune directors. Watch any of the shorts directed by him, and you'll see just how much more wacky and zany the animation is. How the background switch from detailed watercolours to these stylistic shots, the extreme violence, and of course, the brilliant facial expressions.
Don't laugh. I'll bet plenty of you men wear one of these.
Now I'm guessing this cartoon didn't do too well with test audiences, seeing as how it never was developed into a full series. But then again, as much as I love this short, I also can't really see how something like this could be developed into a full series. It is a shame though that we don't get more animations like this anymore, at least on mainstream TV. I mean, for me, I just love this kind of highly detailed and wacky animation style. Each frame is different from the last, every facial expression is new, characters are constantly going off model to emphasize emotion. It's just so full of life. There's this random close-up of Johnny's mouth as he repeats the word lowland.
From the lowest protozoan crawling on its belly in the lowlands. Lowland.
Like, what? It makes absolutely no sense why this is here, and I don't know why I laughed, but I did. Like I said, this short just has so much life to it. Fuck, even the credits are high on caffeine, as they strode past you in an epileptic manner. I also managed to find a deleted scene posted on YouTube by IBCF, who apparently got it straight from Bob Jacks, who part animated this scene, which if true, is actually pretty awesome. The scene is basically an extension of Johnny's girlfriend trying to persuade him not to go ahead with the acid attack, and contains a little bit of a mature joke at the end. At first I thought it was this joke which caused the scene to get cut from the final piece, but according to the uploader, it was actually just taken out to keep the runtime down. Which actually seems plausible, especially considering all the other jokes that made it into the final product. So yeah, that was the short from the random image in my Dexter's Laboratory review. So if you were one of those asking, there you go. If you were one of those not asking but made it this far into the vid, you can go and let those people know for yourself. Flex your animation knowledge. I also wanted to make this video as I think it's good to highlight some of the more lesser known experimental animations. And if you want to see this short for yourself, which I recommend you do, you can actually find it here on YouTube. I really wish networks would push for more of this kind of experimental stuff again. Similar to the theatrical shorts we got in the golden age of animation, and similar to the experimental shorts we got in the silver age. I mean, is it just me that feels this way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And also please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more animated reviews in the future. Thank you to all my Patreons who help support the channel, but until the next one guys, take care. Oh, and don't throw acid on people. I should probably mention that.